It's Tuesday, the 31st of July 2018, and welcome to Navigating Your Day. So there's no safety energy lock number 31, but 31 is a 4. 3 and 1 is a 4, and we have safety energy lock number 4 in Jinshin Jyutsu, we have safety energy lock number 13, and we have safety energy lock number 22. So safety energy lock number 4 is located at the base of the skull, on this protuberance at the back of your head, and 4 is the window. 4 is the window that allows the light of the spirit to enter into the being. It's the window that we look out from our life, from the inside out, we look out through that window, and it's also the windows that we look in through. And the size of the window really is what shapes our vision. And 4 is the visionary. So 4 helps us to see beyond where we are. So instead of being in a room that just has solid walls that you can't see out. So in other words, that becomes your reality. Your reality gets confined to what's happening in those 4 walls. The windows enable us to look outside and see the bigger picture. So that's what safety energy lock number 4 allows us to do. It also helps us to connect to like the balance of the big picture, because you can see the big picture and you can see everything, which means that your perception doesn't stay lopsided or one-sided. Safety energy lock number 13 is located here on the center of the chest on either side of the breastbone, and safety energy lock number 13 is love thy enemies. So love thy enemies. The enemy number 1 is you. So you generally speak to yourself, treat yourself much worse than you do others. And safety energy lock number 13 helps us to connect to that creative energy, that reproductive energy, that mothering, nurturing energy that we can then direct towards ourselves, and that enables us to direct it to others more effectively. So safety energy lock number 13 opens your heart to yourself, and through opening it to yourself, to others. Safety energy lock number 22, and I've got the scarf on, is located, here's your collarbone, just in this depression, sort of, I don't know, halfway between your collarbone and your shoulder, more or less. Safety energy lock number 22 means complete. It means happy and content wherever I am. So that doesn't mean that if safety energy lock number 22 is open, you will always be happy. No, what it means is safety energy lock number 22 gives you an elevated consciousness of the big picture and the balance that exists in everything. And the more you are connected to that, the more you can be content wherever you are, regardless of what is going on around you. So there might be challenges, it might be difficult, but you can see the balance, you can see the benefits that you are getting for these challenges, you can see how you are growing and developing and how it is making you into that person that you want to be, and how much support you are also getting while the challenge is happening, because challenge and support come together as a package and they are always equal. It's just that in our minds we can't appreciate that the other side exists to the same extent. So when safety energy lock number 22 is open, then we are able to more fully appreciate that we can be content wherever we are, because even when things appear to be going badly, or there appears to be more pain than pleasure, or there appears to be more challenge than support, we can train our minds to perceive the other side. And when we see the other side, then we can be grateful for it just as it is, and we don't need it in that moment to be different. It doesn't mean that we can't put steps in place to change things if we would prefer them to be different. It means that in that moment, when the shit's going down, right there and then, okay, you can't change it. So safety energy lock number 22 gives us that expansion, the expansive mind to appreciate that actually the balance does exist, to find the pleasure, to find the support in the challenge and the pain. So today is a 4 day, and we've got the day number and the hero number are the same. So this is the last time it's going to be like this, because it's the last day of July. And 4 is an earth number. 4 is about being able to look outside the window and break the boundaries of your existence and move into something different. 4 is about being able to see out the window for other people also. So 4 is the visionary, 4 is the big picture seer, but 4 is also an earth number, so it's practical. It's not just theoretical. So 4 is, okay, there's this big wide world out there. What do we need to take with us in order to explore it effectively? So 4 is a practical number as well. 4 is about truth and authenticity. 4 is very, very much about justice and finding truth. And 4, with that energy of the 4, it helps us to resonate with our own authenticity. Now, we all want to be authentic, except that we also all want everyone to like us, and we all want to be loved for who we really are, but we're terrified that people aren't going to love us for the parts that we think are not so great. So being authentic is, in my opinion, being able to integrate all parts of yourself, to see that all parts serve and disserve to equal degrees. There are not parts of you that are better than others. So in other words, your leadership potential is not more valuable than your liar, for argument's sake, right? So that's a bit of a challenge, because that leader, although it creates a lot of pleasure for you and it might get you a lot of validation and it might make you feel really good about yourself, it creates an equal amount of pain and challenge. And your liar, even though it may create pain and challenge, creates an equal amount of support and benefit as well. So this is difficult for our lower minds to grasp. This is something that needs practice. This is like me saying to you, you could run the Comrades. Well, yes, you could. You could run a 90-kilometer ultra marathon, but you would have to train for it. You couldn't just put your running shoes on and go and do it right away. So appreciating this balance takes practice. It takes commitment, it takes practice, and if you don't ever practice it, well, you're not going to be particularly good at it. But at least if you know it exists, I find that sometimes I can't see the balance, right? And sometimes I'm too tired to find it, or I'm too mired in my emotion to even try. But there's a part of me, that wise inner part of me, knows that it exists, and just knowing that helps to bring stability to my being. So the 4 helps us not to lie to ourselves, and in doing that, not to lie to others. 4 helps to keep us in integrity with who we really are. And that is a really valuable energy to be able to tap into and to resonate with. Because when you are being true to who you really are, what actually happens is your autonomic nervous system, that part of your nervous system that controls the automatic functions of your body, it consists of your sympathetic and your parasympathetic. And sympathetic is your flight or fight response. That's what helps you to meet deadlines. That's what helps you to go. That's what helps you deal well in a crisis. And then your parasympathetic is your rest, digest, and restore, and that's the one that helps you produce digestive enzymes and hormones and neurotransmitters and keeps your circulation going. And so you need those 2 parts of your nervous system to operate in harmony. And when they do, then your endocrine system and your immune system also come on board. So in other words, you optimize your health the more authentically you can be who you really are. The villain today is an 8. So 8 is also an earth number. So when we have 8 in the villain position, then we struggle to say no. 8 in the villain position is the one that does not actually have firm boundaries. So 8s generally have very good boundaries, but in the villain position, you have the weaker parts of the 8. And so 8s don't want to say no, because just like everyone else, they don't want to be rejected, and they say yes when they mean no. And part of the reason why they say yes is because they are very attached to the idea that they are tough, resilient, and have enough energy and can do it all. And so it's not so much that they don't want to be rejected, it's more that they have this perception that they are like the rocks, okay, and that they are that they are the solution providers for others. And because they have this attachment to this sort of noble idea, they tend to not say no, because saying no would be a sign of weakness. It would mean you can't do everything. So please, don't say no today when you want to say yes. Don't take on things that don't serve you, and don't inject the values of other people into your life. Don't make their goals yours and then have to sacrifice yourself in order to reach those goals. Jinshin Jitsu, of course, we've got. Safety energy lock number 4 is located on the ring finger. Safety energy lock number 13 is located on the middle finger. And safety energy lock number 22 is located on the index finger. So you can choose which part of the 4 you want to resonate with the most. It doesn't matter. Whichever finger you hold, it affects the energy in the entire being, and it will ultimately affect every single safety energy lock. So I would go with hold the ring finger. The ring finger helps to harmonize the lung and large intestine organ function energy. It helps to harmonize the breath and the eliminatory function via the intestine. It helps to harmonize the attitude of sadness and deep grief, and it helps us to let go so that we can be who we really are. I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll speak to you again tomorrow.